Blake Lively just got exposed in court for calling Justin Baldoni a clown, a doofus director, and a rabid pig. And that's not even the worst part. Taylor Swift jumped in too. The text messages that just got unsealed, they're brutal. And what they reveal about the It Ends With Us drama will blow your mind. This is the celebrity war that's about to explode in court. January 21st, 2026. Court documents in the Blake Lively versus Justin Baldoni lawsuit just got unsealed, and buried in hundreds of pages of exhibits, private text messages showing exactly what Blake really thought of her director. Let me read you what she said. She called him this doofus director of my movie. She called him a clown who thinks he's a writer now. And in texts to friends, she went even further, calling him a rabid pig. But here's where it gets interesting. Blake's lawyers aren't denying she said these things. Instead, they're saying the texts are missing context. And when you see the full story, you'll understand why she was so angry. Let me take you back to 2023, when everything fell apart on the set of It Ends With Us. Blake Lively and Justin Baldoni starred together in It Ends With Us, a movie about domestic violence. Baldoni directed it. Blake was the lead actress, but behind the scenes, it was a nightmare. In December 2024, Blake sued Baldoni, accusing him of sexual harassment and running a smear campaign against her. Baldoni denied everything and filed a $400 million countersuit. That countersuit? A judge dismissed it in June. It's gone. Now Blake's case is heading to trial in May 2026, and these newly unsealed texts, they're giving us the first real look at what happened behind closed doors. In the messages, Blake texted actress Liz Plank in May 2023, saying, "Today I came home and cried," after what she called an SOS set visit. Plank responded, saying she thought things had gotten better, but it was astounding they have gotten away with so much. Plank later said in her deposition that working on Baldoni's set was truly one of the worst days of her life. Blake also texted her co-star, Jenny Slate, saying she was dreading going back to set and getting reminded of the experience in really upsetting ways. And Jenny Slate, she made her own complaints against Baldoni and producer Jamie Heath during filming. Multiple women, multiple complaints, all documented in real time back in 2023. This wasn't Blake making up allegations after the fact. This was happening while they were filming. In one of the most revealing texts, Blake wrote about Baldoni, "Despite his repeated disturbing behavior and acts, I still feel bad for him, to be reminded multiple times daily that he's smearing me for asking him to stop harassing me." Read that again. She's saying he's smearing her reputation because she asked him to stop harassing her. She continues, "For making his movie better, for calling in all the favors to turn out all the biggest musicians and entertainers to contribute to making his movie better." Then she says her husband, Ryan Reynolds, told her that Baldoni should be writing me apology and thank you letters every day, and instead he chooses to make a monster out of me. She asks, "What's my crime? I've only ever stayed focused on the work, and he just keeps behaving like a rabid pig." And this is where Taylor Swift enters the chat. Remember those texts I mentioned at the beginning? In December 2024, as Blake's lawsuit was about to go public, Taylor sent Blake a screenshot of Baldoni doing an interview about Trala. Taylor's message: "I think this beep knows something is coming because he's gotten out his tiny violin." Taylor wasn't holding back. She saw right through what she thought was a PR strategy. But the unsealed texts also show Baldoni's perspective. In February 2024, Baldoni texted producer Jamie Heath, expressing concern that Blake would use her allegations as leverage. He wrote, "She had the nuclear bomb. If she doesn't promote the movie, she can leak that I'm a bad person, or that she felt unsafe with me and all the stuff she has on me. Then she's the victim." Baldoni's lawyers say the evidence doesn't support Blake's claims and that the newly released messages make the truth abundantly clear. But here's what's undeniable. Blake's legal team released a statement saying concerns were documented in real time as early as spring 2023, and that Wayfarer Studios, Baldoni's production company, understood them as sexual harassment concerns, but refused to investigate and instead tried to bury Blake and others who spoke up. Multiple witnesses, contemporary documentation, producer complaints, co-star testimony. This isn't he said, she said anymore. This is a paper trail. So, what happens now? The trial is set for May 18, 2026. Blake Lively versus Justin Baldoni and Wayfarer Studios. Blake's lawyers didn't deny she called him a clown and a doofus director, but they pointed to other texts where she told Baldoni, "We all benefit from my relationship with Taylor Swift and Ryan Reynolds. You will too, I can promise you." She was trying to help his movie succeed. She called in favors. She used her celebrity connections. And according to her, he responded by harassing her and then smearing her when she spoke up. Justin Baldoni's $400 million countersuit has already been dismissed. Now it's Blake's turn to make her case in court. Jenny Slate has testimony. Liz Plank has testimony. There are texts, emails, and depositions from multiple witnesses. Final beat. When Blake Lively called Justin Baldoni a clown and a doofus director, she wasn't just venting to friends, she was documenting a pattern of behavior that she says crossed the line from unprofessional to harassment. The court will decide who's telling the truth, but one thing's clear, when the trial starts in May, this is going to be one of the biggest celebrity legal battles of 2026. And those text messages, they're just the beginning. What do you think? Let me know in the comments.